Admiral Concar.
All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the MDL major coverage here as we got the group stages continuing on as we're bouncing over to Group B action once again, and we got two solid teams going out of here to see ultimately which of the 5 of the 6 teams will advance on to that double elimination playoff stage, and which of these teams' dreams will be shattered at the end of today. Anyways, I'm looking forward to some good games. We got 3 best of 2s coming at you. Kicking it off with this as we have Vega Squadron versus Vici Gaming to kick it off. Game number 1. Definitely happy to be here. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by my co-caster Trent Pax once again. Trent, how's it going this fine morning for you?
Oh, ready to rock another one. Looking forward to this. We got the top of Group B in Vici Gaming, and we got the bottom. We get a little scrape action here, scraping that bottom of the barrel here. And we got Vega Squadron, who are currently 0-0-3. Much like we had Infamous yesterday, kind of having the same issues over there in Group A. So Vega need to get themselves a win here. They're not fully eliminated yet, you know, not mathematically or anything like that, but obviously losing your first 3 series 0-2, not a great way to start the group. So it's time to be victorious, and already I like their little blue strat going on here. These are just a bunch of pretty strong heroes in the patch right now.
Yeah.
But you can say the same thing about Vici Gaming with a like Night Stalker Omni potential dual offlane.
Yeah, I mean, first off, do apologize, guys. We're getting into the draft slightly late right there. Again, I was having some delay on the stream issues, but we should be good now. But on top of that, speaking of Vega Squadron specifically, they have not used reserve time, and I think we mentioned this yesterday as well when we happened to cast them against VGJ Storm. They're very confident with their drafts. They kind of have a mindset clearly going into it, and we are seeing that develop right here. But I'm with you. I mean, this one is actually coming together pretty nicely across the board. Not using reserve time. Sometimes you're just that confident, and you can make it work. On the other side of Vici Gaming, though, you have the Bane Night Stalker, Omni Knight, and now a Morphling that they have to work with. A Morphling specifically being able to morph into that Luna can get pretty deadly in that later game. So I'm definitely excited to see that interaction and how it plays out. But now absorbing what we're looking at with the drafts right here, Trent, so far. What about more on Vici Gaming's side? What do you think of their draft so far?
We already talked about kind of that pairing of Night Stalker Omni. I think you could say this same kind of stuff about Bane Morphling, just like very standard, like, oh, super hard support with super hard carry. So they kind of have like 2 little pairings going on, which makes sense with our most favorable 2-1-2 sort of stuff coming out. And they can just kind of go for any sort of a mid, really, to round things out. Their AoE control is very weak right now. They've got 2 single target focused like supporting duo here with the Bane and the Night Stalker. They potentially could even go for another support theoretically if they wanted to run, you know, some shenanigans with this core Night Stalker we've been seeing a lot. But more than likely, this should just be a mid hero to round things out. So either that control, or maybe they just want to keep going into like heavier damage, go for like a Lina or something.
Yeah, definitely Lena. Specifically in the China region, I feel like we really started seeing her first over there initially. This was maybe like 4 months ago now. It's obviously been a bit, but she really exploded on the scene there, and wouldn't be surprised to see that picked up here as a result. But Ember Spirit actually is going to be the pick instead. And you know, kind of a side note here, we're just coming on onto the stream after the previous series, of course, wrapping up. Secret versus IG. I don't know if you were watching that there though, but oh my God, the finish of game number 2 of that series. It was your classic case of it was entertaining as hell. Now, it was entertaining because, frankly, there was probably some poor decisions being made, I'll put it that way, but it was a very entertaining finish, and Vici Gaming, though, ended up coming back. And I say that, though, because Ember Spirit picked up. That was actually played by Secret last game, in the hands of Mid-1, of course. So we're going to see it this time, though, perhaps in the hands of Ori for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, I was watching right near the end of it, and I thought Secret was about to take it. I went to go get some breakfast. I came back, and suddenly they had lost, and I don't know what happened. So
yeah.
But no, I like the Ember Spirit here. I think kind of like we were talking about yesterday, it offers a little bit of control element, that like chase potential. You can kind of keep the fight going. And Night Stalker, Morphling, and Omni Knight are 3 heroes that would love any sort of a mid that can do that, be it Puck or be it the Ember in this case. They just want to keep on running. Sustainability during engagements is always pretty easy for them. So Vega Squadron rounded out with someone to try and catch old Ori here, though. And a nice grab for 5th pick. You know, Beastmaster's pretty popular right now.
Yeah, definitely a solid pick all around. His proper roar, as you were mentioning, a great catch for the Ember Spirit, but also piercing that rappel of the Omni Knight, a good reason to pick up the hero. So I think it is a strong final pick for sure with that Beastmaster. And again, I do like Vega Squadron's lineup as a whole, but I do look at Vici Gaming at the other side of it, and specifically Paparazzi Morphling. This guy is amazing in general as a player, but I feel like we've seen him on Morphling several times as well, after these changes especially that happened a while ago, and that's always something to be scared of if you're Vega Squadron throughout this game. So somehow trying to lock him down earlier on is going to be the name of the game, not letting him get too much farm, but of course, a lot easier said than done. You know, what I really want to see, though, I know we kind of hinted on this yesterday in a Morphling game, but man, get a Spirit Vessel. I still can't stress that enough, I feel like. You know, in this game, the Tusk perhaps would be the prime candidate, but get that Spirit Vessel against this hero. Although he does have an Omni Knight backup, so it's not going to be as effective, I guess, but still. Point is.
Yeah, it's always a bit tough. He's always so good at, like, purging off everything, too.
Yeah.
You know, building into a Manta, more than likely, so.
Prepare for battle.
Well, if the game requires it, that is, but we shall see if he opts for that, but doesn't look like any surprises here in terms of the laning stage for Vici Gaming. Vega, they have the options when it's so like obvious, maybe they could consider doing like the Luna +1 top lane, but it looks like they're currently considering just doing the standard bottom for the Luna and likely gonna rotate the Tusk to the top lane, and maybe with the Sioma appearing every once in a while there on the left track to like complete kills.
Yeah, you were mentioning Vega is still looking for their first game victory, let alone trying to stay alive here in the groups and not be eliminated by the end of today. So we'll see how they manage against Vici. Even in the O2 effort against Storm, I will say that they definitely look solid in at least one of the games. Like they had, they do have hope. So we'll see though against Vici on top of the groups. As you mentioned, going into it, as far as the lane setting up right here, both teams, it's really interesting, actually. Kind of mirroring the wards almost on either side, as well as the setups here to an extent. But yeah, it's funny how that worked out. No sentries coming out on either side right now. So it looks like that is going to stand here. But, oh, Bane's going to take this bounty rune top, perhaps. If he gets the Nightmare. No, he just simply clicks it. So it's going to be a 3-1 in favor of Vici Gaming, actually, right off the bat.
Yeah, and then they will just run Palantimos top, which makes the most sense. I mean, and most Lunas rather that we see on the Radiant side end up in this situation, right, where they just play a dual off lane, or in this case, they'll even bring out the Tusk too. But just feels a little better farming up in that nice little box at the top of the stairs, compared to the bottom lane being dove endlessly. And most importantly, it's also going to give a very easy time for Blizzy in comparison to top lane. I don't want to go versus Bane Morphling as a solo hero.
Well, they want to go for Morphling initially. You see Syracuse kind of running in right there, but realizing with the TP coming in, maybe not going to be the best move. He blocks in Fenrir initially with the shards. However, Palantimos overextending somewhat, taking the Void in. Well, we have plenty of action already. I'm sure Magic Sticks, let alone Magic Wands, are going to be potentially a popular buys up here, as they usually are in Tri vs. Tri lanes. But yeah, Tri vs. Tri we don't get to see too often right now. It's usually more that aggressive dual lane, if anything. But yeah, Vega kind of forcing this. Do you have an advantage for either side?
I have to say overall, you gotta hand it to the Radiant heroes for sure. Not that there's like terrible heroes on the Dire side, but you know, Night Stalker, Bane, both good supports in their own right. But you look at someone like the Leshrac and the Tusk, they can just like pick one target, snowball into stun. Everyone being added on by the Lunar Blessing. Just some pretty quality tri-lane abilities here for Vega.
It's early still. It's early still.
Yeah.
I understand. I got my coffee going, you know, trying myself to wake up and get ready. I'm sure with this match we'll get that hype and get it going in full. But no, yeah, Night Stalker alone, as well as Morphling for that matter, as you're kind of talking about. I mean, Morphling's not necessarily going to be able to do the most earlier on compared to a Luna, for example. You have Night Stalker, of course, during daytime is really not as effective, goes without saying. So I feel like, yeah, I agree with you there. The Radiant side definitely has their strengths when it comes to it. But right now, I mean, you have Luna 6-1, Morphling 6-1, and they really are trading these auto attacks. And Zayak's the one that could be in trouble. He's going to go for the snowball in, but he's not going to come out with much life. He has to be careful. He gets the snowball on the land, but no, down goes Tuz. They do eventually kill Night Stalker. First blood going the way of the Dire, though. Meanwhile, what the hell happened middle lane? Undershock takes out Ori. Lan M, oh no, that was him going down. We just said that. But he goes down to Ori himself. Yeah, what the... They trade, actually.
Basically, they were both trading back and forth, and Ori saw a moment where he was going to get the kill, so he just put on the flame guard, killed him under the tower, and then he suicided to the tower while Undershock was still dead. Okay. Because he knew that if he just... Yeah, there was no point for him going home.
Oh, so really purposeful at that point, yeah.
Yeah, he just stayed under the tower intentionally to die so that Undershock wouldn't like come back and get XP or anything.
Wait, so Ori actually got the first blood in the end. That actually happened before the kill does. Wow, that's basically the same timing right there. More kills set to happen. Palantimos, no, he'll be fine at the last second. Paparazzi winning with the waveform for the kill, but Zayak, a great snowball, will help keep him alive, but... Well, Tri vs. Tri lanes, there is definitely something they always bring is plenty of action, and they're going to catch Paparazzi. He could not shift to that strength in time. Great sharp block once again from Zayak. And now Lan M's in trouble. The beam comes out. They will take out Tusk off to the side. Fenrir getting credit for that. Go with another brain zap or more so auto attack to finish him. Whew, Trent. I love these Tri vs. Tri lanes.
Suddenly it just fired off here.
Yeah.
So. Bottom lane, what is coming to this Beastmaster? Is he getting a bottle? He is. All right, that's good. He really needs a bottle. He just wants to basically hit the wave and then run back and forth. Oh, right. Oh, sorry, guys. It's over. Huh. My brain just automatically went to the good old life of Beastmaster versus Omni, but now that bounty runs every 5 minutes, that really blows.
Yeah.
This used to be so easy for this hero.
Well, and that goes back to the point of the bottle that you're talking about, right? Where 4 minutes in, he was hoping for maybe a rune spawn bottom, but that's not the case. It's actually top. And
oh, I hated this these days, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just guess. Like Blizzy's just like, all right, do I win my lane or do I lose my lane?
Yeah.
Walks to the bottom rune, I lose my lane.
Well, we're kind of back to that, right? Yeah, bounty runes ideally changed that, but not so much. And now Blizzy, he's going to take some good pressure right there, but without regen right now, Omninak doing a good job of taking advantage. Still have 30 more seconds before that bounty rune will spawn. So, but again, I go back to it. Is it still worth to get a bottle this early on, knowing that's the case? But for now, it's not working out the best. Playing an RNG. Meanwhile, Bang going to be picked off top lane. Luna will go down in response, though. Not the trade you're looking for. Vega Squadron, of course, but Paparazzi again trapped in the ice shard block. However, not enough follow-up damage as he is shifted into that strength and will manage to survive. So action does continue at the top, and as I was saying earlier too, magic sticks and even magic wands, very popular across the board. Everyone but Bane, it looks like, actually has one at this point in this lane. So, action gonna keep continuing. Fenrir, sleep on up, again the shard block, but it is nighttime now. Lan M, of course, that much more powerful as a result. Level 3 again, level 2 Void. Not gonna be able to finish off, oh, they do kill Lestrick actually. And there you go, 5-4 hero kill lead. So after all of this chaos, it's actually a 2,000 net worth lead, which the mid lane, I guess Ori with that first blood, slight advantage there. CS is very even, but Omni Knight right now is having a good lead against the Beastmaster bottom lane.
Yeah, he is set to have a very good game, and 11, he's quite the player, you know. He is definitely a guy who can solo win a game for VG or solo lose a game for VG. I have seen them both. Most of his solo losses and solo wins tend to be on Puck, where he just like either owns or kind of blows up the game. But Omni Knight much more stable, you know.
Yeah.
This guy, it's pretty hard to throw games Omni unless it involves your ultimate. So hopefully he'll be close enough with the old Guardian Angel, but. I think, I don't know about you, but I've seen a lot of the Aghanim Scepter these days from the Omni just to make sure that life's pretty easy.
Oh, yeah, and especially when you have more of a mobile hero like a Morphling that's going to be, you know, up in the front lines. You may not be as close. Yeah, I'm watching top lane, by the way. Ori coming in, and Zayak, he will eventually burn down the Searing Chains, also catching Luna. And she too will fall. Lucent Beam not going to be enough. Slayer, he realizes this is going to be the lost cause of Split Earth. Somehow he's still well alive. He missed the Split Earth a little bit right there on Morphling at least, but it's still a double kill for Paparazzi. Yeah, great rotation from Ori. And that's a big thing too when you're looking at Tri versus Tri lane the middle heroes are of course going to be over leveled compared to everyone at that Tri versus Tri lane. You know, how impactful are they going to be? And honestly, you'd figure maybe Kunko would be the first one to rotate if anything, but no, it's Ori on the Ember Spirit. and he does make it work.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helped that you got a Arcane Rune. Makes it a lot easier
True.
to just head on up there, use a couple of your Fire Remnants, and then makes his way right back to the lane too. So he got a little lucky with another top rune spawn, as I'm sure old Blizzy down bot. Yeah, that's an empty bottle.
He's looking up at that timer like, okay, 2.5 minutes. I can run around this tower and continue to do this. What is this,
He's
Dota?
looking at the shop and going, man, that Soul Ring item.
Oh boy. This is Dota right now. Running around a tower multiple times, and well, that's a level 3 degen was what that really was. This build of 11's great. The level 4 Pure, he doesn't even get repel because obviously he doesn't even need it, and that degen allowing him to pick up the kill Beastmaster. No TPs coming in. It's a tough time for the Beast, and I go back to, if you're this Radiant side, both Kunkka and Beastmaster potential to come to this top lane and set something up, right? Because he is level 6 on Beastmaster, and Kunkka, of course, definitely brings plenty. And he is running up here now as I say that, as the action will continue. Ori is TPing in, though. Double damage.
Oh my god, he got another rune.
He had the Arcane Rune the first time. He has a double damage this time, but Kunkka is here. Torrent hits. Flame Guard up, though. Ember Spirit will be fine, and now we have a quad versus quad lane.
Oh, what a party.
Yeah.
Let's all just go hang out at the small camp. This is very exciting.
Efficient farming.
Ori came to my lane to take my small camp last hits. That is a mid-lane tax if I've ever seen one.
It really is.
Sorry, supports.
That's tough. Somebody's TPing bottom. That would be
gonna try his luck bot.
I can't blame him. Would like to kill 11. He does have repel now, though. Oh, he did not expect this. There's the ship. There's the kill. Well played. There you go. That's positive news for Vega. Take out Omni Knight. Still 3,000 net worth lead, though. 4,000.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, those 3 cores are exceptionally high right now on the side of Vici Gaming. And, no, just mentioning that wand and everything. Paparazzi got his so early that he's already up to the 20 charges, which is a little absurd these days.
What of this Beastmaster, though? You know, Blizzy played the Beastmaster. We talked about how the whole bottle idea, maybe not the most efficient choice right now with how the game works, but also I go back to his positioning. You know, the fact that he hasn't rotated perhaps to that top lane, do you think that is a fault, or would you rather just him get the solo experience at bottom lane as, well, he's probably dead right now, by the way.
I think it's hard for him to really initiate up there, too. Like, he has to assume that they have no ward, and he basically would need, like, a snowball in or something. I think it's just, like, more likely he gets better experience in gold down bottom. And this is certainly not an easy place to rotate it into. But as you're saying, that 11 does make the rotation. He's level 9.5 at 10 minutes. That is kind of terrifying. And makes some kills happen up there while that Night Stalker gets the kill bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, him and Ember Spirit both
level
and
9,
Ori, in fact.
Okay.
Yeah, Ori did rotate, yeah. But you do have Kunkka. He continues to be the hope here for Vega Squadron, again, with his early success. And Kunkka's definitely a hero that can, like we saw early, you know, can rotate, of course, make some plays. He's going to try to make a play here, but Ori, that's just a good Ember Spirit player. He times the sleight of fist. He's fine. And he's going to clear out some jungle creeps with the haste rune bottled up, by the way. So they were rotating over with a couple supports, too, so they were really hoping for that kill. Not going to happen. And he'll just fall back. What are we going to see on Ember Spirit, you think, this game? Oh, there's a Veil. Too late, you didn't answer.
Veil. Nice, okay. Been missing this one for a little bit.
Yeah. We saw the whole Battle Fury double dataless yesterday.
Yeah. And I think, well, as I said, it was Buckler into Maelstrom, I believe. In the secret match.
I think so, yeah. Bottom? That's definitely a dead Luna. No one's deeping in, so no chance to survive top lane. Blizzy? I don't think he's surviving either.
They were ganking mid as well, which is why they couldn't TP to save the Luna.
Okay.
But it is just a Night Stalker.
Oh, they're not even going to get him! Oh, no! Oh, as a caster may say, it's a disaster.
That was a full volley of spells from this trio, too. And they couldn't... Oh, they get him with the long-range tide.
There you go. That was planned all along. That's probably not Ori. He cleans up as well. That's got to feel so bad. I mean, sure they get him in the end, but it took so long that allows all these rotations to happen, and they lose 4 heroes for the 1 kill. So, yeah, not able to TP and help others at both the bottom and the top lane. You're like, okay, but at least they get a kill mid. Nope, not even that initially, at least.
The rune of invisibility.
It's just falling apart for Vega.
Man, it's starting to feel like some old school Dodo with those like rune rotations, just how ridiculous it is. As Ori, well, with that snowball just keeps on coming.
Eclipse, obviously channeled throughout the snowball, doing some decent damage. Creeps absorbing some of it. Ember Spirit, Primal Roar locked down, out comes the ship, and down goes Ori, and they're also going to take an 11. These are the 2 top farming net worth heroes in the game, and that's a couple of kills in favor of Vega. So just when it seems like it's snowballing out of control, it's snowballing in control for a couple. I tried too hard there. They cut it down to a 6,000 net worth lead, and they are going to push the bottom tower as a result of this. So still a lot of work to be done, but you know, it's a slow grind here for Vega.
It
was a great opportunity from Ember Spirit for the 3 ultimates question mark, 5 heroes, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Morphling up top, Paparazzi kind of recovering his experience all alone in this lane for quite a while at this point, chilling on 600, make that 434 HP as he shreds into this tower while the fights just continue.
Yeah, it's been about 30 seconds, about time for some action. And this is more like the action that we were seeing at Epicenter, definitely. I know yesterday we were talking about that as well, how the match is maybe slowing down a little bit compared, but this is what I was used to. You know, here we are, 27 hero kills at 13.5 minutes. That's,
oh my god, Papa.
And he's out. Yeah, Luna denies the tower, but
middle tower is under attack.
that was a close call.
He got very low. He's pushing the limit. I like it.
Even though it's denied, it's still a tier 2 dead at 14 minutes in. Vici, sure happy with that. Lan M.
The rune of haste.
Gonna maybe turn this with 11. He was up for it. I haven't even been looking at items, by the way. I'm just, obviously with so much action going on, it's hard to keep up with what's been picked up. Bane is literally attracting 5 heroes right now.
Yeah, he will lose that ward instantly, because, like, why is Bane here?
Yeah.
Probably warding.
So what are items looking like? What's the progress? So we mentioned the Villa Discord already. Pipe is going to be the choice for... Does he have a pipe finished? Really?
Under attack.
Oh my gosh. There's going to be a pipe coming out already for Omni Knight. And then you have Morphling.
Very good.
Lincoln's just about finished as well.
Him and Ori are going to be so irritating to fight.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Like, so you can have the Night Stalker in one lane, then the Omni in another, and then Ori can just be farming and botsing in to make rotations. They bring all 3 heroes and show on the creep wave, so this will be a pretty obvious smoke if they're paying attention.
Oh,
They're gonna know these guys are rotating up here.
Tower is under attack.
He just simply flies away. It's a good ability right there.
Never refuse scoop.
Flies throughout the trees, has support coming in. Yeah, it's been a little bit. Let's fight again, they say. Morphling coming in, the ship. Might land on a Night Stalker. That's it, though. Ori in the back lines will catch the Leshrac initially. They pull back in Zayak, and Zayak pretty much accepted death at this point. The Primal Roar, not going to be nearly enough. Lizzie goes down. Double kill for Ori. It's a 3-0 in their favor. Luna does purchase her Mask of Madness finally, as she heads back towards the bottom lane again, but Vici continues to roll on. Yeah, that early Veil as well is clearly coming into play for Ember Spirit. All this fighting.
It's the perfect item in all these fights because everyone's just so clumped, you know? They're hopping into the Tusk Snowball, they're gathering around the Luna and just trying to like help right-click someone down, and they just all get veiled. And Ori has a very good time in these engagements because of it.
What do you think about this game so far is this... Oh, nice timing, by the way. That was a great timing on the Torrent right there. Pulling him back with the X. He's just so good on the timings, man.
Yeah, you can see how he's like spreading his body, like he's just creating a very long X. So they're like, you know, like a long situation while he's going to be invulnerable, so he can help dodge when it's going to be pulling back.
Yeah.
I think this game, a lot of it is defined by those early rotations of Ori. It obviously like creates a snowball effect. It's without like fully watching that top lane, it's hard to like get a grasp as to like why they might have lost that tri lane. It certainly feels like they never really got control of the creep wave was one problem. So it was like always up right next to the Dire Tower, which made it so that Vici were the ones who were picking when they were like choosing to fight. They couldn't just like snowball all 3 heroes onto somebody. Maybe just like kill the Bane a couple times or something.
Tower is under attack.
That's
Radiant
probably the main determining factor. But
Yeah.
Dire's
Well,
bottom
I mean,
tower
yeah,
is
for
under
me, it's
attack.
again looking at their draft. It seems fairly strong, and the idea of the tri-lane top was on paper should have been to their advantage. But that's why I think you got to give credit to Vici gaming, no doubt outplaying them in several ways. And Undershock, he tried to TP out, but he was seen, and the Void stops it. So he's gonna make the escape though, because he did have an invis room bottled up. So thankfully that keeps him alive. Paparazzi, meanwhile, he's just all the way over here. Adaptive strike in the face. Necronomicon finish, but he tried to proper roar into the Lincolns. Desperation at its finest there from Beastmaster. That doesn't work, buddy.
yeah,
Probably not expecting this early of a Lincolns, but yep, he's had it even for a couple of minutes. And he'll just walk off.
11K lead, 18 minutes. Is Desperation Roche time? Is that what we're doing?
Looks like it.
Don't worry, guys. My Necros are coming.
Yeah, this isn't even like the greatest Roshan killing team either. It's decent. They're doing some good damage, but you know what? It's gonna work. But what is this really gonna do, right? It's like they're gonna get an Aegis for Luna, and then what?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire
Ori,
are scanning.
Ori.
Is he gonna snipe it? He's up here.
He's gonna go for this, isn't he? Oh, what an animal.
Roshan has
I
fallen
mean,
to the radiant tower.
he did force all of that out, so yeah, it's kind of a
Good
win.
call. Just try and snipe
Radiant's
the
bottom
Roche
tower
kill.
is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Meanwhile, tier 2 goes down bottom, but so I go back to it's just like now what do you do with this aid? This is just a pure farming aid. It's also the takeaway, I guess, for Vici, but it's not like Vega can all of a sudden now start pushing towers with it.
Yeah, it's just, again, that Desperation style. It's certainly a good call, I think, right? If this Morphling has that, I still don't think you're going to kill him, but then you even less chance to kill him. Or Ori could go absolutely insane inside your base if he had an Aegis, so... Jeez, now to go with the pipe, they have the Vanguard first on your support Night Stalker. He's like, I get an urn, I'll just get a Vanguard. It'll be fine.
I don't know if that's
I don't
just
feel like dying.
casual Vanguard or if the Crimson Guard's also pretty nice eventually, so I'm sure we'll see that coming out. But he, by the way, Bane also picked up an urn with the Night Stalker. What is your take on double urn? Is that ever a really good thing, or is it maybe just an oversight here?
I guess you could maybe say it's alright if you're skirmishing a lot with like 2 separate groups, but yeah. Overall, I would try and avoid it personally, but it's also not like insanely expensive. It's not even 900 gold, so sometimes all that stats value. Maybe he had raindrops anyway, probably because of that tri-lane.
True.
Dire's middle tower is under
So
attack.
it's not too bad. He's also got the Wind Blaze, pretty excellent on the hero, so maybe he's just gonna go for the Spirit Vessel.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I'm okay with the quadruple drums I think yesterday or something. But
yeah, 3 or 4.
double urn.
This seems a little silly sometimes, but the obvious reason being that only one person can get the urn charges within the range. For those that may not have known, there has to be at least a couple people. I know people like to suggest they know everything about this game, but just in case.
Oh no, there's plenty of people that don't pick support heroes, so I'm sure
That's true.
someone learned something.
Urn? What is that item even? Oh, there's an urn charge. However, Bane immediately goes down. Again, 4 heroes collapsing on him. Night Stalker, though, going to be caught by the X, but it's really it's Zayak's the one that's caught. And he Walrus punch in, so he's dead. All the Searing Chains lands on a Beastmaster. Sleight of Fist Searing Chains combo. Or extending.
Getting those last hits, dude.
And he's also killing the neutrals. After Strike will take him out. So this is one of those games where it almost feels like Vega may not realize how far behind they are, because obviously they don't see the overall net worth and everything. But man, if they knew, part of me wonders if they would just be throwing in the towel, because this is brutal.
It might be thinking about game 2, sort of. You don't give up until you lose high ground. Another one of those situations. You also have a Luna who can certainly farm herself back into relevance, and then one Tidebringer, one Eclipse. You can bring down some heroes.
Can you?
Sure, why not? I'll allow it.
All right. I mean, if Omni Knight's not there, then yes, I guess there definitely is an argument for that. So, but yeah, I'm all for the idea of paper. If again, as long as you have a Luna that's getting decent farm, then you're never really out of the game. And you know, she's up there as far as net worth goes. But man, it's just Vici has just so much going for them themselves, and killing Slayer at the top lane. Meanwhile, Zori once again the whole Veil into the Maelstrom. I really like this build too. It's as you pointed out, the Veil especially early on. Really doing a lot of work. I don't know if that was the intended idea going in or more of a adaptive choice to the game, but either way, proven to be essentially a perfect pickup. He's 9-2-9 himself right now.
Yeah, I mean,
going as well.
You look at the stats on Veil, and it's so well suited for those early fights when you're being so involved in the game. There's so much armor.
Wow, it is.
Nice little bit of agility and strength. Feels great.
It's a good point, actually. I never really looked at the stats of that item. There's quite a bit. Middle, yeah, Palantimos, that's just not going to work. I guess this is the whole sacrificial Aegis use. Can he get the team back up in time? Or he's coming to the flank. Pop that Eclipse perhaps, because the fight's definitely happening. They're going to lose Leshrac on the backline. Ori, the steering chain's locked down on Luna. She's like, ah, screw it, I got to use it. Yep, she dies right after, though. And it's just, once again, falling apart for Vega. Continuing to go more and more into pieces. They don't even care about towers. They're just diving tier 2, tier 3 even. Killing heroes. Another double kill for Ori. Why not? Go back for the tier 2. And start actually sieging the base now. Here at this point of the game. Omni Knight, he still has GA, worst case. They're not losing this one.
Omni and Beastmaster certainly the biggest discrepancy during this match.
Yeah,
you know, that's a really awful lane for the Beastmaster. It has gotten worse because of the changes to bounty runes, so you can't just like bottle and keep up your axe spam. And Omni is a hero that when he gets a lot of free farm like that, levels and gold, it is pretty painful. And 11 did a great job of being involved right after.
Yeah. Definitely with that. I'm glad you brought up the point earlier, because I really think that was an oversight by Blizzy going the bottle and, you know, praying to the RNG gods, as we've seen in the past before bounty runes existed, that, you know, hopefully it's bottom, then I can pick it up. And we saw several times that wasn't the case. So this is overtime. Why Vega's still in this is now just beyond me, but they are going to call it GG, as that will make it official. So game one, for a while now, going the way of Vici Gaming. Just a matter of padding those stats before the game officially does end here. So clearly a one-sided victory. Again, the draft solid from Vega, like we talked about, but I do think this was a case, at least in game one, of clear outplay from Vici.
Yeah, the laning stage especially. Just, I guess they weren't confident enough in any sort of a dual lane with the Beastmaster. All the best Beastmasters have those more like specialized partners, I guess you could say, like the IO or the Keeper of the Light, someone who allows and enables the Beastmaster to just keep spamming his axes and everything, whereas his dual lane in this match wouldn't have really had that. Maybe they could play aggressive a couple times, but he just would have been like out of axes, so I guess that's why they just felt like the tri lane was going to be more impactful.
Yeah, they tried. You know, it's a game of it's a situation of game number 2 now coming up, and as always in these series, you like to think like, oh, are they banning a hero, especially when they just get so dominated? But you're not banning Morphling. You're not. I mean, I guess Omni Knight could be a ban if you're Vega Squadron, but I don't think it's necessarily a reaction to the draft here, as far as what you're looking to ban. Just changing it up and hope that the play is more fine-tuned, I guess.
It's a reminder. Omni has fallen back into that. Like, he always oscillates between, like, tier 1 ban, and then slowly he moves out of the ban phase. He gets picked a couple times, he wins some games, he loses some games, and then he just kind of, like, fully gets forgotten about. And then he gets jumped right back in. I feel like a lot of the games I've been casting, Omni hasn't been involved in any of the drafts throughout this tournament.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely with you there. So, seen here by 11, though, and something you at least have to think about now if you're Vega Squadron. Anyways, guys, we're going to take that short break. The MDL Major group stage coverage will continue. Vega Squadron versus Vici Gaming, with Vici up 1-0. I'm Breaking CPK, joined by Trent. Stay tuned, guys. Game number 2 coming up next.